Good afternoon, everyone. This is Teammate, and we are here to give a demo on the Mac management system. So, before I go ahead and register a user, let's go ahead and show you the database. So, this is our database, the Mac management one, and these are the 4 tables under it. The action report table, which is nothing but the MAR table. As you can see, it's completely blank at the moment. The facilities table, we have pre-populated it with 8 values so far. So that it's easier for us to create a MAR, which is the second step of the user registration. Then we have the user profile table, which is also blank at the moment. Then we have the reservation table. This table stores the reservations which would be made by the repairer in the future. So let's go ahead and register a user. So let's hit register, and before I enter anything, let's see what happens when you just click register. These are all the validations that pop up, saying all the fields are mandatory and certain fields must have certain length or certain characters in them. So let's just enter some random number and try to register. It says username must begin with an uppercase. So let's give a proper one this time. Now let's go ahead and enter the password, then the last name, the first name. Let's see, does it accept the lowercase first name and last name? No. So the first letter needs to be an uppercase, similar with the first name. Then the phone number, which should again be a 10 digit. So I've entered 9. Let's see what it says. It should be a 10 digit. So there we go. Then an email. The last name @gmail.com. Then the UTA ID. Let's enter a number short. It should say the same error again, the 10 digit long. Let's enter another one. Then the address. Then the city. Then we have just chosen Texas for the moment as a state, because considering it's for UTA. Then the zip code. And let it be student for the moment. These are the following actions that you can choose, but let's consider student for now. Let's not forget to input the password, and let's hit register. So there you go, we get redirected to the user login page, and as you can see, both the fields are mandatory here as well. So let's try entering just the username. You can still see that the password's mandatory. Let's try the other way around by just entering the password. It should say the username is mandatory as well. So let's log in, and now let's create a MAR. So let's try to create a MAR without entering the description and the date. And before that, the username automatically popped up, so we don't need a validation for that since we are auto-populating it based on the user who's logged in. Then, as spoken before, the facilities were pre-populated in the database, so the dropdown pulls them out from the database. Then the urgency. So let's try to hit submit. So it says both the fields are mandatory. Let's enter broken table, 6 broken chairs. Let's enter an invalid date just to check if it's validating this. Nope, it asks us to enter a valid date. Let's enter today's date and create the report. There you go, looks like the report's been created. Let's log out. Go back to the user's home. No, we actually go back to the Mac management system homepage. So before we log in, let's go and check if the user's credentials and the values got saved in the profile table, which is our user table. There you go, that was John Smith with his phone number, email, username, address, state, city, zip code, and the role as student. So let's go back to and log him back in, John123, his password, log him in. Now let's update his profile. So the view profile option views the user's profile, so with all the editable fields. The role is fixed. If you observe, we're not giving a drop down here, so you cannot change it. So let's change his email from smith@gmail.com. Let's check that in the database. There you go, it's the same. Now let's make it john@gmail.com and update profile. And let's go back to the database and refresh it. There you go, that's the updated value in the database right there. Now let's go and for our next function, let's go and view all the MARs, view or search all the MARs submitted by this particular user. So it was, the MAR number was 1 for multipurpose room, MR1, broken table with broken chair 6, submitted by the user, today's date, the major was the urgency, and it hasn't been assigned to anyone yet. So let's log out and we'll be redirected back to our Mac management homepage. So now let's register an admin. We hit register. All the fields have the same validations that were present, so let's try and hit register. You can see all the same thing. So let me enter all the correct values for the admin. So let his username be admin, his password, oops, then his last name, first name, phone number, 10-digit long, email address, UTA ID, 10-digit again, address, city, the zip code, and let's make us admin this time. Let's hit register. There you go, you get redirected to the login page. Before that, let's go and check if the admin was added to the profile table. There you go, you can see the admin with all his data in there and the role as admin. Let's go back to his. So let's go and log him in by entering the correct credentials. There you go, we are here at the admin homepage. So let's go ahead and log the admin back in with his credentials, and then go ahead and view another user's profile. So as we only have one user as of now, let's view his profile. We enter his username, and there you go, that's John's profile. So let's go ahead and log out from here and change John's role. We should have done that before, but hope the order doesn't matter. Log out, admin, then let's change John's role. We can see we have implemented a drop down, to avoid validations here. So let's make him the faculty. Hit change, you're redirected back to your home page. That means it's done. Let's go to the database. See, it's student. It was student for John Smith. Refresh it, and you can see the updated value here. So those were the two functionalities for the admin, and we have implemented logout functionalities for all the users from any page. So you can get redirected back to the Mac Management System homepage. So let's go ahead and register two repairers as specified in the document. Let's do the first one, repairer 1. That's the username, then the password, then the last name, phone number, email, UTA ID, address, city, state remains Texas, and they change this to the repairer, and we register him. There we go. So we can go ahead and register another repairer. So let's go ahead and register another repairer. It's repairer 2, his password, his last name, first name, phone number, email, oops, there should be the @ symbol, then his UTA ID, his address, then the city, then the zip code, then change his role to repairer and register him. There we go. So now let's go to our SQL and check if two repairers have been added. Oops. Let's go to the profile table. Oh, that's the older one. So let's close all these. A lot of old tables open there. There we go. So that was the repairer 2 and the repairer 1. There you go. They're all say repairers. So now, just before going into the repairers functions, I would like to register the facility manager first, so that he can go ahead and assign a mod to our repairer, so that he can view his schedule and perform reservations for that particular my report submitted. So let's go and do that. So let's go to the user home page. So let's register the facility manager. Register. What's his username be? Flackman. Password. Last name. Oops. First name. Phone number. Email. UTA ID. Then the address. Then the city. Then the zip code. change this to facility manager and register him. Let's go to the SQL. We were having just 4 entries here. So now let's go and refresh it, and there you go. Oh, here he is. There you go, that's his facility manager. So now let's go to the facility manager's homepage. This is gonna be enter his credentials. We log in. There you go, this is the facility manager's homepage. These are the following options that he has: view his profile, create an MAR, search an MAR based on the date. Then he can add a facility, search a specific facility, view details of a specific facility, then he can view the repair schedule. So let's go ahead and search the MAR. So for that, let's go to the SQL table, the MAR that we had submitted, the user had submitted. The MAR number was 1. Let's review this. Multipurpose rooms, MR1, emergency major, description. As you can see, the assigned to values are null at the moment. They should pop up as soon as the facility manager assigns them to the repairer. Let's go and do that. So the date that was submitted was, let's say he searches it for searches the MAR. There you go, that's the exact same MAR. MAR number is 1, MR1 for a multipurpose room, broken table with broken chair 6. Then it was reported by John 123. This was the date he reported it, and this was the urgency that was specified, and it hasn't been assigned to anyone yet. So let's go and assign it to, so before that, let's go and view if the repair was scheduled. So both of the repairers were just created, so they don't have anything assigned to them yet. Nothing yet, so let's go. Search MAR, let's assign it to any of the repairer. There you go, the MAR number automatically loads up. Then that's the date, today's date, so it's going to be the same date. Then estimated number of repair of days, let's put it 1 day for now, and let's give it to repairer 1. There you go. Let's go to the SQL table and refresh it. There you go, it was assigned to repairer 1, assigned date, and the estimated number of repair days. Let's go back and now let's log out the user, the facility manager. So let's log in as the repairer 1 to whom the MAR was assigned. Repairer 1, his password. Let's log in. There you go, that's the repairer's home screen. You can see he has the following options: view his own profile, view his own schedule, view reservations, search a facility. So according to the specifications by the document, let's go in the order and view MARs assigned to him. There you go, this is the MAR that has been assigned to him. MAR number 1 for multipurpose room 1, broken table with broken chairs, urgency is major, and we have given a reserve option for him to reserve the facility for that. So before doing that, let's go and check if the facility is available. There you go, it's not because an MAR has been assigned to it, so he can go ahead and book the facility. There you go, no reservation has been made yet, so let's go there and reserve it. multipurpose room. Let's book it for an interval of 20 minutes for now. As you can see, the other fields are populated. That is today's date, repairer 1 who submitted it, was logged in, then the MAR number, the multipurpose room. So let's edit the interval and reserve it. Now let's go and view the reservations. There you go. That's the reservation that was made. Reservation number 2. Token ID number 2, then the MR1, the MAR number is 1, then the time slot's 20. Then you can either modify the reservation or you can cancel the reservation. So as per the document, let's go back and log out and then log back in to do those. And as you can see, search facilities, that's not available anymore because the repairer has booked it. So let's log out and log back in. Repairer 1, its password. Repairer 1, just log him in. Oh, that didn't seem to work. There you go, he's logged in. Before that, let's go and check if the reservation popped up in the reservation table. There you go, the reservation ID number 2, repairer 1 who made it for the multipurpose room 1 and for 20 minutes, and the MAR that was related to that was number 1. So let's go back and now let him view his own repair schedule now. So he has been assigned this one, so has reserved room for that. Goes back, uses reservation. So let's go ahead and modify the reservation. So let's change the time slot from 20 to 80 minutes. And modify. So let's go ahead and check in the database if the 20 has been changed. There you go. Oops, that didn't seem to work. Reservation. There you go. It has been changed. It was 20 previously and it's been updated to 80. Then let's see. View the reservation. You have the option to cancel the reservation or delete the reservation. So let's go ahead and delete it. There you go. Let's go ahead and check if the reservation has been deleted. So we go to the SQL table. There you go, that was the reservation that we had. Let's refresh it. It has been deleted. So the reservation has successfully been cancelled. Now we can log out of the repairer's homepage, and that were the sort of functionalities that the repairer had. Let's log him out. So before we log him out, let's log back in. Oops, wrong spelling. And let's make a reservation so that we can see what the facility manager can do with his reservations. So as you can see, he doesn't have any reservation because we deleted that. We go reserve. Let's do it for 20 minutes. Reserve it. View is. There you go. That is the reservation. Go to the reservation table. There you go. Now log him out. We go back to the index. So let's log in as the facility manager this time, as we already created a username and a password for him. We log in, get to his homepage. That's the facility manager's homepage. So a facility manager can basically view his profile. He can create a MAR. He can search MAR based on the date that were submitted. Then he can add a facility. He can search a facility. search a facility is nothing but search a list of facilities. Then he can view a repair schedule. Then he can view specific facilities details. So initially, let's go ahead and check what MARs were submitted. Let's enter today's date. Oops. There you go. So as you can see, this MAR has already been assigned to repairer 1. All the fields are complete as of now. Assign to value shows assigned to repairer 1. Let's go ahead and assign it to a different repairer. So let's move it from repairer 1 to repairer 2, and it's being assigned today, so it's going to be format, the year, then the month, then the date, and assume it's going to take 25 days. No, actually 2 days. Update this. We go to the action report table. There you go. It was repairer 1 earlier. Now it's been changed to repairer 2, and estimated number of repair has been changed from 1 to 2. The date is going to be the same because we're using today's date. Then once it makes, let's create another MAR. This time the repairer, the facility manager is creating the MAR, so we created for MR2. I would say minor, just elevator not working. No, it's the room, so let's put air conditioner not working since 5 days due to no reason. We entered today's date, and as you can see, the value of reported by, that's the facility manager automatically popped up, and as you know, the facilities have already been there. So let's create a report. It's been created. We come here to the facility manager's homepage. Now let's search all the MARs. It should show both of the MARs. Oh yeah, that's the first one that's assigned. Oh, we were creating a MAR. That's all right. Now let's go ahead and assign. We have already assigned that, so according to, go ahead and view the repair schedule. So let's go and view repairer 1 schedule. So it doesn't have anything there because we changed it to repairer 2. So repairer 1 is free now. It doesn't have any repairs assigned to him. Let's go to repairer 2, view his schedule. There you go. The MIR1 was assigned to him. The following urgency level and the following facility. Then as specified in the document, let's log out. Let's log back in as the facility manager. Log in. There's his home page. Now the remaining set of functionalities, that is search a facility. This one's not available since this is the one the repairer 2 will be working on. Then we can add a new facility. There you go. If you try to submit it, it says it's required. Then let's enter the facility's name. It's gonna be tennis court. Let me give the name TC1. TC1 can be booked for an hour. Venue is gonna be outdoor. Let's submit it. There you go. And let's check the SQL table. Let's go to the facilities table, and there you go. This wasn't there here before. So tennis courts, TC1, available for 60 minutes, an hour, outdoor, the venue, and it's currently available. So let's go back and view specific facilities details. So MR1, multipurpose room MR1, there you go. It's not available because there's repairer 2 is using it. Let's go and view MR4. That's an indoor room with booking capability for 60 minutes, and it's available. Let's go and view any other one. Indoor basketball courts, IPv2. There's the details. Then let's view the recent one. Tennis courts. We just added this, so this dynamically updated. In the drop down, view its details. TC1 16 minutes. It's available. So this was it. Hope you'll have a great day. Thank you.